Let us discuss about functional cysts in the ovary. Functional cysts in ovary. As the name itself indicates, there is formation of cysts in the ovary, right? This formation of cysts is due to temporary hormonal disturbances. Okay, these are due to temporary hormonal disturbances. Once these hormonal disturbances are removed, then these cysts they regress by themselves. That you have to remember, right? These are due to temporary hormonal disturbances. When these hormonal disturbances are removed, then that cysts will regress by themselves. We have mainly four functional cysts. They are follicular cyst, follicular cyst, corpus luteal cyst, third is thecal luteal cyst, thecal lutein cyst, granulosa cyst, fourth one is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, these are usually called as ovarian cyst. Ovarian cyst. Let's see the characteristics of this functional ovarian cyst. Okay, characteristics. As I told you, these are due to temporary hormonal disturbances. When you remove this hormonal disturbances, then the cyst will get regressed by themselves, and spontaneous regression is seen. Spontaneous regression. This rarely becomes complicated. Usually they won't cause anything, but sometimes they can result in complication. Rarely will get complicated. And the size of this cyst is usually 6 to 8 centimeters in diameter. Okay, most of the time they are asymptomatic, and they are unilocular, and they contain clear fluid. So these are the main characteristics of functional cyst. So let's see the one by one. What is follicular cyst? Why it develops and how it develops? You see, follicular cyst is nothing but, here what happens is, usually when there is ovulation, what we see is follicle will rupture, right? When there is ovulation, follicle will rupture. But here in follicular cyst, what happens is, instead of rupturing, this follicle will develop into cyst, which is what is called follicular cyst, right? Instead of undergoing apoptosis or rupture, this follicle will get converted into a cyst, which is called as follicular cyst. This is about follicular cyst. Then corpus luteal cyst. As all of us know, corpus luteum, right? Corpus luteum will undergo regression after 12 to 14 days of ovulation, right? After 12 to 14 days of ovulation, this corpus luteum will degenerate by itself. But here, instead of degeneration, this corpus luteum will convert into a cyst. That is what is called corpus luteal cyst. Then move to thecal luteal cyst. Thecal luteal cyst, here what happens is, there is increased levels of HCG. Due to this increased levels of HCG, there is formation of thecal luteal cyst in the ovary. So when do we see the increased levels of increased levels of HCG? Usually in molar pregnancy, right? Twin pregnancy, right? Ovulation induced with HCG. HCG. multifetal pregnancy, placentomegaly. In all these conditions, we will see increased levels of HCG, which ultimately results in thecal lutein cyst, right? So how will you manage this case? How will you manage thecal lutein cyst? Because this is very important for PG entrance exam. See, when you are asked for management of thecal lutein cyst, what you have to say is there is no need of treatment. There is no need to treat this case. This thecal lutein cyst, it will regress by itself, right? This is about thecal lutein cyst. I told you all of these are called ovarian cyst, right? Ovarian cyst. What are the complications of ovarian cyst? Complications. The most important complication being torsion. The most important complication is torsion. Then sometimes this cyst can rupture, right? So there sometimes hemorrhage may occur into the cyst. Sometimes infection can occur. Sometimes this cyst can turn into malignant, but it is very rare, right? So these are the complications. One is torsion. This is the most common complication. Rupture can happen, hemorrhage can happen, infection, malignancy. These are the important complications.